Congratulations on your decision to lose weight and improve your health. We look forward to working with you. Ideal Protein is a weight loss program developed and refined by a physician that, if followed exactly as instructed, will provide you, the dieter, with predictable, repeatable, and measurable results that involve weight loss as well as other tremendous health benefits such as reduced blood pressure, reduced triglycerides and improved cholesterol ratios, reduced blood glucose levels, reduced systemic inflammation, improvement in thyroid function, and much, much more. Your body uses two different sources of fuel no matter what you are doing, whether you're sleeping, sitting, walking, working, exercising. Those two fuels are glucose and fat. And you get these fuels from three different fuel tanks. One, you get glucose from your blood and from a limited amount that's in storage in the form of glycogen in your liver and muscles. Two, you get fat from your dietary fat and, more importantly in this program, from your own fat stores. And three, as a last resort, you will use your own muscle tissue. Your body has the capability of breaking down some of the protein in your muscle tissue and making glucose by a process called gluconeogenesis. That is obviously something we want to minimize at all costs, and it is a core strategy in the Ideal Protein program when followed correctly. So let's look at sources of fuel. Glucose is the default source of fuel in your body. What I mean by that is that if it is readily available, it is what is primarily used for fuel, and that poses the first challenge. Because if you want to lose weight, you want, or at least you should want, to lose fat. And if glucose is available, you will burn glucose and not fat. So let's look at what we do with Ideal Protein. Step 1, we restrict your intake of carbs and basically drain or exhaust your stored glucose or glycogen. Step 2, this forces your body to either break down muscle for energy or to go after stored fat, and it will do both of these equally. Step 3, since we want to protect your muscle, or what we call your lean mass, and preferentially burn fat, we will provide you with the optimal intake of highly absorbable, high biological value protein, most of which is in the form of isolates that are readily digested, absorbed, and utilized. Step 4. This directs your body to burn fat as its primary source of fuel. And that's what we want, isn't it? The physiological state where your body is primarily burning fat for fuel is called ketosis. When we greatly restrict your carbohydrate intake and provide you with sufficient protein, it directs your body to burn fat as a fuel. In response to these conditions, your liver makes compounds called ketones from the fat to supply many of your tissues with energy. You will find that your brain loves ketones, and that is frequently experienced as tremendous mental clarity and energy. The predictable, repeatable, and measurable results of the Ideal Protein program are largely the result of how we use the state of ketosis. Ketosis simply means burning fat for fuel. Ketosis is a very misunderstood physiological state, even by many doctors. It is perfectly safe for everyone other than type 1 diabetics. And we do have a modified diet program for type 1 diabetics. Once again, ketosis simply means that you have switched from sugar burning to fat burning. Let's talk a little bit more about ketosis so that you understand why we use ketosis and why it is so essential to achieve the tremendous benefits that you are after. Ketosis has a number of benefits over other diet protocols. It greatly reduces appetite and hunger. It uses your own body fat for fuel. It preserves your lean muscle mass. It results in reduced insulin levels. It increases your energy. It increases your mental clarity. And it reduces your inflammation. And more. Let's look at why Ideal Protein takes an imbalanced approach to burning fat. The typical balanced diet is relatively high in carbs and fat, and we already talked about the importance of reducing carbohydrates, glucose, and stored glycogen in order to switch your body from sugar or glucose burning to fat burning. The typical hypocaloric or low-calorie diet comes in many variations with many names, but they all have one thing in common. Their primary strategy is to simply reduce your calories consumed, and by doing so, cause you to lose weight. Do they work? Yes, but there are a few huge problems with these diets. 1. They do not focus on reducing carbs enough to put your body into full fat-burning mode, and as a result, 2. They result in the breakdown of lean tissue to supply the needed glucose. This results because they do not supply adequate protein and they keep the body in a sugar-burning state. As a result, these diets often result in a significant loss of essential muscle tissue, causing a reduced metabolism and leaving the dieter worse off after the diet. 3. They also result in a deficiency of essential micronutrients, vitamins and minerals. Ideal Protein takes a different approach. 1. We are able to restrict calories more significantly due to the hunger and appetite suppressing qualities of ketosis. This results in accelerated weight loss. 2. We take advantage of the fat-burning state of ketosis by greatly restricting carbs and using your body fat as a primary source of fuel and energy. 3. We supplement the body with essential vitamins and minerals while you are on the program. Let's look at the real power of the Ideal Protein protocol. What we are really doing with the Ideal Protein program is resetting your metabolism. The weight you lose is really a byproduct of how we are changing your metabolism. Years of a high carbohydrate, high sugar diet has resulted in elevated insulin levels called hyperinsulinemia. In response to the chronically elevated insulin levels, your cells and tissue lose their sensitivity to insulin. As a result, you are less able to use the glucose from the food you eat as fuel, and you convert that glucose into fat and store it. Over years, your diet has transformed you from an energy-burning body to an energy-storing body. The X represents the greatest health epidemic of our lives and is called Syndrome X or metabolic syndrome. It involves a wide range of chronic degenerative conditions such as obesity, elevated lipids, meaning cholesterol and triglycerides, high blood sugar and diabetes, high blood pressure, chronic inflammation, low thyroid function, elevated uric acid, and PCOS, among many other health-robbing conditions. The red square at the center of the X represents that loss of insulin sensitivity called insulin resistance. By using a low-carbohydrate, ketogenic diet, we are able to direct your body to burn stored fat, and if followed as instructed, you will experience an improvement in the insulin sensitivity of your tissues and cells, and as a result your metabolism will shift back from energy storing to energy burning. Here are the basics of Phase 1, the weight loss phase of the Ideal Protein program. Reduced calories to create the necessary energy deficits so you lose weight. Reduced carbohydrates to shift your body from burning glucose to burning fat. Adequate protein to support and protect your lean muscle mass and provide protein so your body can make enough necessary glucose. Partial meal replacement. You'll be eating 5 to 8 ounces of lean protein, typically chicken, beef, pork, fish, or vegetarian protein, 4 cups of vegetables, 2 quarts of water. We will replace 2 of your meals and a snack with 3 of our protein-based foods. In ketosis, you will benefit from reduced hunger and appetite, increased energy, increased mental clarity, and reduced inflammation. On this protocol, dieters eat 4 times per day, 3 ideal protein foods from over 60 products, 4 cups of vegetables, 2 large salads, and a generous 5 to 8 ounce serving of lean protein such as chicken, beef, fish, or pork. We also replace the essential vitamins and minerals that you require while on the program. This simple graphic is a key to what we are doing. By strictly following our ideal protein ketogenic diet, we are draining your stored glucose or glycogen, and your body will start to release stored fat to use as energy. We call that lipolysis. Fat burning cannot happen in the presence of high insulin levels. High insulin levels are caused by carbohydrates and glucose. To minimize your body breaking down your own muscle in order to make glucose via a process called gluconeogenesis, we provide it with sufficient protein in a form that is easily usable by the body. With time, the reduction in insulin will allow the insulin receptors to become resensitized, reducing the amount of insulin needed. This is key because it is the reduced sensitivity to insulin that causes weight gain, hypertension, diabetes, and elevated levels of cholesterol and triglycerides. In order to improve or correct this reduced insulin sensitivity, you must follow the diet program as instructed. Your diet coach will guide you successfully through this program from your first week through the most important part, which is gradually phasing you off the program. You will receive support and education to empower you to understand both how you got here and what you need to do to successfully keep the weight off. Our goal is that Ideal Protein is your last diet. Congratulations on your decision to lose weight and improve your health. We look forward to working with you.